All right, and we're live. Hello, 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 my friends. My name is Evelyn Joy, and welcome back to my channel. So, I just got done teaching Spanish, and I wanted to work on some sewing projects, but I figured I want to share them with you guys. So, here's what I'm working on. I've got several sewing projects going on right now, and actually, I want to do pretty much all of them today. Hopefully, I can get them done, right? Okay. So I'll show you some of the simple ones as I do them, right? So first, I was reorganizing my girls' room, and I found this that my mother-in-law bought for my daughter. And I was like, this is so pretty. You should wear it right now. Hold that. Hold the phone. Oh, no. My daughter's 5, and this is a whole outfit that connects right there. So in order to use the restroom, you have to pretty much take the whole thing off. So that's a little bit inconvenient for a 5-year-old. So I have two options. I could either cut it in half because it's stretchy right here, make it into some shorts and a shirt. But the problem with that option is the shirt would be too short. It would be a tummy showing shirt. So the better option is I'm going to cut the bottom right here. I'm going to turn it into a little dress, which is what I thought it was. So I'm going to just fold it in half down the line. See that? And I'm going to turn it into a dress. I'm going to take my handy dandy scissors. I'm going to cut it. We'll see how well these scissors cut. That's why I brought 2 pairs of scissors, just in case. All right, there we go. So it's not cutting too well through several, so I'm going to do one piece of fabric at a time. So again, I'm turning this like jumper thing. I don't know what you call it, a onesie. I guess they call it a onesie to me. This isn't, I call something else a onesie, but it connects between the legs. It's like a little shorts outfit, but it's not convenient to use the restroom when you're 5. You know what I mean? So I'm changing it into a dress because it's beautiful colors and my mother-in-law bought it, so we want to use it. And I think she bought it thinking it was a dress because it totally looks like that on the hanger, you know? So I'm sure she won't mind if I just make a little adjustment so that we can wear it and enjoy it, because I'm not about spending money and not wearing what you buy. You know, this mama doesn't do that. Doesn't want to do that. All right, so I'm cutting through the fabric. Okay. So I cut right there. Not perfect. I need to finish cutting it, but I'm checking my work before I continue. Okay. So I'm going to continue. Okay. But now it's a dress, right? It's a dress now. It's not perfect. So I'm going to continue cutting right here just a little bit. Just a little bit. So this is my easier part of the project because all I'm doing with this is cutting. So the other projects that I have, I'm going to show you in a minute. I have 3 aprons that I bought, and I'm going to be sewing pockets onto them, and they're going to be gardening aprons. See, I saw someone online was selling an apron, and I was like, a gardening apron. And of course, I was like, oh, I so want to buy it. It was $50. I'm like, nope, got to stop myself. I can't do that. But instead, I bought plain aprons from Walmart.com cheaply, and I bought fabric at the fabric store. That is the fabric that I want, and I bought some fabric at Walmart to make the pockets. And so I'm not just getting 1 apron for that price. I'm doing 3 for my 2 daughters and myself, and I'm sure my son will sometimes want to wear mine or whatever. It's for the family, making some aprons for gardening. And a lot of times I want a pocket to put my tools in, or I want a pocket to put my cell phone in or whatever. So there we have it. It's like not perfect, but good enough. It's a little dress. There we go. So I cut off this fabric right here. And now this is a little dress. Pretty cute. It's a little skirt, little dress now. And she'll wear it with some pants. It's super cute. She can wear it all summer long now that we fixed that problem. Okay, so my issue with swimming suits. My daughters are 5 and 6. So they grew out of their swimming suits from last year. Hello, Cindy. So I'm showing my sewing project. So this is the first one. I cut off the little bottom that made it into shorts, and I turned it into a dress so that my daughter can use it as as a actual, thing. So anyway, my daughters both grew out of their swimsuits. They want to have matching swimsuits. They both wanted Elsa and Anna. So I looked several times trying to find a conservative swimsuit. 5 and 6-year-olds don't need to be, wearing, my 5 and 6-year-olds don't need to be showing everything when they're wearing their swimsuit. So, but now my girls want Elsa and Anna, understandably. So here's what I did. I bought them one-piece Elsa and Anna swimsuits, but then I went to the fabric store. I brought one of the swimsuits with me for color matching. I got fabric, and I figured I'll use this for a skirt and sleeves for the swimsuit, right? Then I found this fabric. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use this fabric for the sleeves, this fabric for the skirt, because then look at this. Check this out. They get to have a mermaid skirt. How cute is that? So they have a little mermaid skirt for going swimming in, and it's stretchy material too, which is great. I've got the same kind of stretchy material for the sleeves. So they're going to have sleeves to cover their shoulders, and they're going to have a little skirt to cover their little legs. So I feel like I'm more conservative than the swimsuits that they have to offer. So I think cute, modest, and it's what the kids want. Also, something that I don't know if it was an accident or on purpose, but I don't like how this swimsuit is printed with Elsa's hand going where it's going. Did they plan that? Is it some sick joke, or what's going on with that? So I ordered it online, then it comes and it's like, so all the more reason to put a skirt on it, cover that hand up. Looks like she's holding the skirt up now. Okay, so I didn't like the placement of her hand. Intentional or unintentional, I have no proof, but I didn't like that they did that. Some weird clothing makers. Anyway, so this is going to be for the sleeves, and then I'm going to have plenty left over if I want to use it for anything I want to. Okay, so I saw people selling super cute aprons online, but they're out of my price range. $50 for one apron. With the materials and the aprons that I bought, I'm able to make 3 of them for the price of 1. And so that my daughters and I can match. My daughters are still the age that they love matching. They love matching each other. They especially love it if they can match with me, which obviously doesn't happen very often because adult clothes and kids' clothes usually don't match, right? So I got this fabric. It's 1 yard from, love it, so cute. This one's from Walmart. So I can make some pockets. They've got vegetables on it. Isn't that so cute? Vegetable names and pictures of vegetables. And then I got this one from the fabric store, right? So this is the peppers and stuff. So these go really well together, which is awesome. And they also go really well with the aprons. The aprons say Eat, Sleep, Garden. So I'm going to put a bunch of big, massive, awesome pockets in them. And I have 3 of them so that my daughters and I can match. Why am I wearing them all? I don't know. But just to show you, they're all 3 the same. So Eat, Sleep, Garden, that's good enough. Super cheap apron to buy, so I don't have to do all that sewing and cutting and measuring and all that. So I simplified my life by getting the cheap apron, but then I'm going to add pockets because those don't come with pockets, so it's perfect. So I get the cute fabric that I wanted and the big pockets that I wanted, and I can put as many as I want to. And then having 3 of them is kind of nice because if one of them's in the wash, there's always more to grab, right? So it's like my girls and I can match, or, if I'm washing mine, I can wear one of theirs, right? Because it's all the same size. One size fits all. Okay, the next sewing project I'm going to sit here and do right now. For this project, I'm going to need some pink thread and a needle. This is a dress I bought for my daughter. But as you can see, it has ripped. Okay, here and here. So this is fabric that ravels really easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the fabric inward, put it in the little pocket. Right now you can't see it. Sew it right there. And it's good as new, right? So there's advantages to knowing how to sew so I can fix what has been broken, save money that way, and not have to wear, you know, ripped stuff. So then it comes from, it changes from a dress you can only wear to play in to a dress you can wear to church, you know, if it's fixed. So anyway, thank you so much, Cindy Benny, for joining me. Those are my sewing projects that I'm working on right now. I thought, while I'm sitting here sewing, I might as well hang out with you guys. So I'm going to at least, you know, I fixed the one dress just by cutting it, and this dress I'm going to fix it just by sewing it. So my mom taught me how to make a knot like this. Lick your finger, twirl it around, twirl it down your finger. Is that how everybody did it, or just my family? I don't know. I think they did that in sewing class at school. I'm going to pull it along like that. Do you guys tie your knots like this? Tell me in the comments. And there we have a nice little knot. And I always sew with doubled thread because it doesn't break as easily. Do you guys do that, or is it just me? Okay. So I enjoy sewing by hand. But when I sew the pockets, I'm going to sew it with the machine. So I probably won't do that on video, but I'll show you guys in a future video the finished product. I'll probably sit here and cut out the pockets while I'm making this video, but I'll sew it on with the sewing machine probably today if my family doesn't need me too badly. So I'm just, you know, I have this little raveled piece folded in, and I'm just sewing it into place so that hopefully that spot doesn't unravel. Now this fabric this was made with ravels really easily, which can be an issue with some fabrics. So I don't buy fabrics that ravel easily, but unravel easily, that is. Ravel, unravel, you know what I mean. Anyway. Yes, that's like a magic knot. Oh yeah, is that what that's called? So yeah, that's something that my mom taught me. Also when I'm knotting it like this, I twist it around several times and pull it. And I always do it a second time just so it doesn't come undone. So when I sew a button on, it's always like that button is better sewn on than the ones that came manufactured on the actual shirt. So like the buttons I sew last forever, you know, whereas the ones that come on the shirt, they might pop off, you know, because I reinforce like 10, 20 times, whereas it's just reinforced like 3 times when you get the shirt, because I'm just quality sewer. What can I say? So it might look kind of weird to someone who's not used to sewing by hand to see someone lick their finger to tie a knot, but that's the way I was taught. So sorry if I gross you out. And I'll probably teach my daughter that way. Funny how when we learn something, we teach others to do it that way too. That's how my mom taught me, because that's how she was taught, right? And if it works, right, don't fix it. It's not broke. I think the expression is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Not if it works. I don't know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so today I had a gardening meetup with my friend Pernithia. Sorry, I said her name wrong. Pernithia. She's an online teacher and a gardener, and I asked her, and my daughters took an out-school gardening class, and I took a gardening class, gardening workshop with her today for free. She has her own website. She has her own business doing people's gardens and stuff. She's a landscaper. She and her husband, they do landscaping jobs. And they have their own website. You can like get a monthly membership for $10 and get all this access to all these notes and stuff. And they have, you know, Facebook group and stuff. And I want to interview her on my channel. I asked her today and she said yes. And then her daughter took a Spanish class with me today. So yeah. that's great about a gardening workshop. So what I learned was today what the gardening workshop was about was it was about companion planting. Now, I already knew that it's good to grow marigolds near tomatoes and things because marigolds attract the bees. So the good bugs they attract, like the bees and the butterflies and stuff, but they detract supposedly the kinds of worms that will disease and infect your tomato plants specifically. So I'm growing marigolds. I already knew that. Like I'm growing marigolds near my tomatoes, but they're not like right next to it, so whatever. But it draws the pollinators in, basically. But one thing I hadn't thought about is companion planting and making the most of your space, as in, for example, this is where I'm going to apply it. For example, when I have my tomato plants and my tomato plants and my bell pepper plants, those are all plants that I have growing upwards. So the ground, you know, I put hay down so that the dirt doesn't dry out, and also to prevent like disease and bugs and weeds and stuff. But think of it this way. All that ground that needs covered to help keep the moisture in and help protect from seeds, from bugs and disease and stuff. Instead of covering it with hay, what if it was covered with another plant you could eat? For example, carrots. So what I'm going to do is in with my tomatoes and my bell peppers in that same raised bed, I am going to grow carrots. So I'm making the most of my space, and those carrots also help protect its companion planting, help protect a little bit, protect the soil and the moisture, and add extra nutrients to the soil, making it more beneficial to your other plants. So it's neat. Companion planting is a new concept that I'm learning about, and it's really cool. So yeah. Also in my potato bed, last year I grew potatoes, and in my potato bed last year, I had a lot of weeds growing, and it was just a lot of work to keep up with. I just let the weeds grow, and it was mostly like grass. But what if instead of weeds, what if I was growing garlic? What if instead of weeds, you know, I had potato plants, and in between the potato plants, I had like garlic or onion, you know, growing in there, right? So, and the same thing's working like when I have my trellis, right? My arch trellis. So I'm going to have beans going up the trellis, but the rest of my raised bed, there's going to be a lot of space. So I'm going to have carrots there, and I'm also going to have marigolds. So it's going to be like marigolds, carrots, beans going up the trellis. So anyway, just companion planting, but then also being aware that things like melons and things like melons just like take over. So they won't, like my watermelon has its own bed, right? It can't, there's no plant that can go with it. The vines would go all over the plant. It would cover over everything, and it would take over the whole area and just go crazy, because that's how melons do. They are not companions. They take up their own space. So I have a watermelon bed. I have, strawberries need their own space. I have a whole bed for them because strawberries, they send out shoots and they multiply, and you'll fill up a whole bed with strawberry plants. So really they don't need a companion in there because they'll cover the whole ground with the strawberries. So I just am going to get some more starter plants of strawberries and just put them all in the raised bed, just a few of them, and they're going to, you know, fill the whole thing up themselves. So yeah. Oh, yes, very good. Cindy Bennett, she had 6 daughters out of her 13 kids, and they did a lot of matching. Yes, my boys today are matching outfits, and my girls today are matching outfits. So my boys are wearing Paw Patrol shirt and shorts that I bought on the Walmart website, and my girls, they dressed themselves, and they decided to wear butterfly dresses, butterfly pants, and Elsa and Anna shoes, and I think they have blue socks as well. So they have like blue butterfly shirt, a dress, blue butterfly pants, and then blue Elsa shoes. They said they declared today is blue day, and they said it's okay that I'm wearing green because I have blue jeans on. I'm like, okay, well, thank you. So funny. So I'm going to cut. I already have this folded. So I'm going to just decide how big I want my pocket. And remember, with the size that you want your pocket, add a little extra space because, like I said, we don't want it to unravel. So because we're going to be folding under in order to sew. And I am going to be sewing with my sewing machine. So I'll show you guys the final result later. But I just want a big, huge, ginormous pocket because... And I'm a person that I just eyeball it, and I'm pretty good at cutting straight lines, and I'm also not a perfectionist. So if it's not perfectly perfect, it is what it is, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, it's exciting to me that I can make these aprons because I was tempted to buy the apron. I was like, oh, I really want to buy it. And then I found out the price was $50. And then automatically in my mind, I'm like, I can make 3 of them for that price. You know what I mean? Because I'm cheap like that. Do y'all know I'm cheap? I'm cheap. So I'll tell you about my gardening projects while I'm working on my sewing project. How about that? So today I was like, what things do I have on hand that I could build with for my garden today? And I had a shelf. How do I describe it? It's like a shelf that comes apart in squares, and it basically looks like a trellis, right? I mean, my gardening eyes saw a trellis, right? So it was in the attic because I used to use it for my VIPKID classroom, but when I moved rooms, I didn't move it over. I put it in the attic because I didn't really need it. It was taking up space. I kind of felt like it was kind of an ugly shelf. So I decided to turn it into 2 things today. So one thing I turned it into was a trellis wall. And I didn't take a picture. Sorry, I'll have to show you guys later. The other thing I did was I went in my tent greenhouse that I bought on Walmart.com and put together. And I've been wanting to put some more shelves in there because it comes with like 6 shelves, like 2 shelving units with 3 on each. So there's a space in the middle that you could totally put another shelf. So what I did was I used bamboo poles. I used wire cutters to cut the bamboo poles to the correct size because my bamboo poles were 6 feet and I needed them to be 5 feet. So I checked if my wire cutters would work to cut the bamboo poles, and it snapped it perfectly. I used zip ties and I used these shelves, and I created 2 more shelves. And I could make 1 more at the bottom if I wanted to. I think I'm probably not going to though. So I made 2 more shelves for inside of my greenhouse. Now I don't have my plants in my greenhouse right now because it's still kind of sometimes dropping to freezing temperatures here. I mean, the lowest it is lately is 40 degrees, but we've had, you know, possibility of frost and stuff. It's not our estimated last frost date yet. So I'm just cutting this slowly, as you can see, while we're chatting it up. So, yeah, so I have all these plants, and I have plants growing inside my house. So what I'm going to do is when my seedlings get bigger, I'm going to start to harden them off. Now, hardening them off is best to be done on an overcast day. So it's warm outside, but not sunny and not rainy and not strong winds. You take your seedlings outside when they're a good size, and you can have them out for an hour or 2 or more and bring them in later. And some indirect sunlight, but sunlight outside nonetheless, will help to create some true leaves. The true leaves are the stronger leaves that will survive outside. And the stems, with just a little bit of breeze and wind, the stems start to strengthen and get stronger, as long as they don't snap, right? So that's why you don't want it to be super strong winds, right? So last year, I started seedlings inside. And I didn't know how to harden them off, so I kind of let them die. Basically, I learned how to grow seeds inside, sort of, but I didn't use a warming mat, a heating mat, and I didn't use like a heating lamp. Now, I tried to buy those now, and they're actually sold out in the stores, but I found it online and ordered it today. Some of my seeds won't grow without warm enough soil, and one of that is all of my melon plants, like all the melon plants. So basically my all my tomato plants are seedlings, like are becoming seedlings now. The little seeds are becoming seedlings. All of my melons have not germinated yet. So I asked in my gardening class, are my seeds ruined, or once they are in warm soil, once the soil's warm, will they germinate? And she said she's pretty sure they're probably still good. So my potato plants, my potatoes that the potatoes that I put out, they have not yet, that I buried, they have not yet come to the surface, because it's best not to plant potatoes if it's going to go below 45 degrees outside. Well, we had some 35 degrees, 40 degrees evenings here. And so I asked today in the gardening workshop if she thought that my potatoes were ruined, because it's been 2 weeks, but it can take 2 to 4 weeks for them to pop up. It takes a little bit longer because of the cold. So we'll see what happens, but she seemed confident that it should be fine. So that's good. So also I started some seeds outside, and something was starting to grow that I thought was plants, and some of it's weeds and some of it's plants. So I'm going to have to pull the weeds out. Man, that's disappointing to have weeds grow where my seeds are supposed to be germinating. But spring has finally sprung. It's beginning to look a lot like springtime. It's just so exciting to get started with gardening. But my rare seeds, I have some huge carrots and some special melons. Those seeds, I will not be risking it until it's past my last frost date. I'm not going to try to germinate them at all or plant them at all until, for sure, my last frost date, which is Mother's Day. Mother's Day is when it's safe, because we occasionally here where I live, we occasionally still get snow in April. On rare occasion, we get snow in April. Sometimes we'll have like a random blizzard in the middle of April after it's been like really nice weather. So it's crazy how that can happen. It can be like a full out blizzard too sometimes. Hopefully that doesn't happen though. But all right, these scissors are doing their job. That's good. All right, my friends. So what do you guys think about how these colors look, right? Hello, Luann. Okay, Luann, give me your opinion. Do you think these colors coordinate well? I mean, I think they do. So I've got like red, blue, and green. I've definitely got like a red and green theme going, right? So I'm going to have, these are the pockets. I think it's going to look really nice. Don't you think? I feel like that's going to look really nice, especially with my green t-shirt. So anyway, I'm going to have some big old, lots of big pockets, nice and thick pockets for putting my cell phone and my scissors and my, all my gardening tools and my zip ties and all the things, like my little shovel or whatever I want to have and whatever I want to put in my pockets. I can have a rock collection in my pockets if I want to. Just kidding. So I'm going to have these peppers going upright. That's one thing when sewing with fabric, you have to make sure that you're not like making the peppers sideways or upside down, because then it doesn't end up looking that good. Thank you, Luann. Luann, since you just joined us, this is my other project. Sewing my my daughters. I got them a swimsuit. Okay, so they have matching swimsuits, and then I bought the fabric for a little skirt. And then I bought some fabric for some sleeves so that their shoulders don't burn and so that it covers their skin a little more, you know? So pretty special. Get to have a, I mean, who doesn't want a mermaid skirt on their Elsa and Anna, you know, swimsuit? The other thing I worked on is this cute little dress before had shorts at the bottom, which isn't very practical for a 5-year-old to use the restroom. So I cut it and turned it into a dress. And then this dress was raveling and I sewed the sides of it. So I'm just sitting here chatting it up, talking about gardening and sewing projects while cutting some fabric for my pockets, for my cute good thinking. Thank you with the mermaid. Yeah, because we have pool parties on our front porch, and you know, people drive by and there's neighbors around, and I prefer to have skin covered, and you know, the sun can burn too. So I just feel like swimsuits need to cover a little bit more. My swimsuit I ordered from a Facebook ad that was more conservative swimsuit. So I've got like a little dress and some shorts that go down to my knees that are swim shorts and stuff. But they don't have stuff like that for 6-year-olds that I've seen. So I'm making my own. Plus, they specifically wanted Elsa and Anna and matching. So I had to kind of specifically make it to what they wanted. Yeah, especially their little shoulders. Yeah, you're right. Now, my kids, I've never seen them sunburned, but it's still sun damage when they get a tan, you know. So I burn for sure. I think I hear my baby fussing, but my husband's with him. Let's see, trying to decide where I want to cut this. I'm going to have plenty of extra fabric. So, I could make some pouches for keeping seeds in. Ooh. So gardeners who are on their 2nd year or later tend to have a bit of a collection of extra seeds, because if you have heirloom variety fruits and vegetables, you can save the seeds for the following year or give seeds to friends, right? So, for example, when I grow my tomatoes or my watermelons or my beans, obviously, and everything, I'm going to save some for planting next year so that I don't have to buy as many seeds next year. Now, for carrots, I don't know how to save the seeds. For lettuce, I don't know how to save the seeds, but I could research it, right? Or I could just buy more seeds. We'll see. But I would say most hobby gardeners have a bit of a collection of seeds. I kind of think that this is a good size as well to have a nice big pocket. Check this out. Okay. This has a lot of space on it for pockets. I could put a multitude of pockets on these things. Like it could even be like a checkered pattern of like one of these pockets, then one of these pockets, then one of these pockets. You know what I mean? I could have six pockets. I could have 6 pockets on each one. It could be amazing. And here I am just like cutting them whatever size I want. And then when I actually put it on there, all the pockets should be around the same size so that it actually looks symmetrical and looks nice. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, that looks good, you know, whatever. I am going to try to pay attention and remember to put it upright and not have like a sideways or upside down print. But they do have, look at the carrots. So they have carrots going, they kind of have the print going all directions so that even if I were to like put it this way or this way, there's always going to be some words that are upright or sideways, you know. Anyway, for carrots, let them continue to grow and they will flower. Oh, that's true. I've heard of that. Yeah. It looks like queen's lace, and then the flower will go to seed. Laura, but question, are the carrots still edible when they fully bolt and flower like that, or do the carrots like get inedible at some point? I'll have to look that up. That's right. I did hear about that recently on a video. Good point. Good point. So I have some of these already kind of cut down to size somewhat. I'm not going to have it just one thickness, because one thickness, my tools are going to just fall through. You know what I mean? So I want it to be at least double thickness. And also when I'm sewing it, I might go over it twice, because I'm going to be having tools in the pockets. Like, it needs to be strong. So I'll probably go over it twice. And the thread that I use will probably be like green, red, or yellow, right? To go along with it. Anyway, so this is so much fun hanging out with you guys while chit-chatting it up. So it was also fun that, my husband sent me a photo of our kids eating dinner. That's nice. Love, love, love that. I love the mermaid skirts. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yes. So very good. Oops. I do too. I only got a third of a yard for that. So I got exactly the amount of fabric I needed, because that fabric was $24 a yard. So I wasn't about to like buy extra fabric that I'm not going to use. So I was like, how much exactly do I need? Let's just get the exact amount, because this is kind of pricey here. But it was so pretty and stretchy, and the coloring went perfect with it. I was like, I have to though. So I just got a third of a yard. It was so cool that they let you get just a third of a yard. I don't go to fabric stores very often, in case you didn't notice. But yeah, I was like trying to look online to order online. Did you know, in order to buy fabric online at Joann's or at Walmart, you have to buy 2 yards of it in order to have it mailed to you? I was like, but what if I want to get half a yard of this, half a yard of that? I had to go in person. I went in person, both places, so that I could get less and not have to get as much. Because I'm like, but what if I don't want 2 yards? What if I want a half a yard? What if I want 1 yard? So I wanted, when I saw this person, and I felt bad because I was like, oh, I definitely want to buy this. Don't say that before you hear the price. Then she was like, okay, $50 and then $9 shipping. I was like, I can't though, for 1 apron. I can't though. I was like, oh, thank you for the information. I can't right now. Sorry. Okay, this thread is the perfect color for this. Don't you think? I think so. My baby's fussing. I might have to go in a minute if he doesn't stop fussing. He's with Daddy. But, you know, Daddy's no mama. I'm trying to get my baby to say mama. He says Daddy so well. Say mama. He used to say mama and he stopped. I don't know why. He's been focusing on walking and crawling. He hasn't been so focused on learning to talk. But I've been trying to teach him baby sign language, and he is not about it. I'm like, kid, look, signs, more, please, thank you, yes. He's like, feed me, just give it in my mouth. Don't even make me make a sign. So we're working on it, but he's not interested in communicating right now. Just there's too much time to communicate, you know? Yeah, I was having trouble finding fabric. It is so crazy that you are talking about this. I think I'm going to order from Amazon because Joann's is out. Is it a specific fabric? One thing I heard recently is that people were talking about a lot of stores are sold out of things, and I've noticed a few times when I've ordered things on Walmart.com or on Home Depot, I'll order it, pay for it, and then they'll refund me. Like, you're never going to come up with the product and give it to me? So I guess they're having maybe some shipping issues, maybe some, I have no idea, issues right now. But I heard also that like bicycles and boats and like stuff for summer are like sold out at a lot of places. At least I heard that on a YouTube video. I don't know if that's just going on in the South or if it's going on here too. But I was watching my email and tracking these aprons to come because I've been so excited to get started on this sewing project. I'm like, I want my apron now. And then it came today and I was like, woohoo, exciting. I bought a little bench that's specifically for kneeling on and sitting on for doing gardening. And it came with a pouch that's on the side for putting tools in. And it also came with like special gloves that I'm definitely going to use with my thorny plant, which is a blackberry plant. So it has some nice gloves that are good for that. And also the gloves have special ends on the fingers that are like you can use for pushing down in the soil to like put a seedling in or something. And like I still just use my finger, but okay. But yeah, some people are so special. They need plastic fingertips on their gloves so they can push a hole in the soil. I'm like, well, I mean, if it comes with the chair, I'll take it. But I really like the kneeling bench because it fits in between I have really narrow, it's about 18 inches between each of my raised beds, the paths between my raised beds. They're narrow because I was trying to, have just enough space to walk down and be able to attend to the plants in between. But I didn't leave a lot of space between my raised beds. Some of them have like 2 feet in between, but not all of them. And so this little small little gardening bench is perfect. It came in the mail today. It's purple. It's lovely. And I already was using it today and it works great. So it's awesome. So yeah. My friend Mary interviewed me on her YouTube channel. She interviewed me on Zoom. I don't know when she's going to post it on YouTube. She's going to edit it or whatever, but she interviewed me about my YouTube channel, about my garden. And so it was so flattering because I'm so excited about my garden. And so I really appreciate it when other people are excited about it because it's so fun to share something that you're excited about with someone else that can be excited with you. You know what I mean? So I think I should probably count. So this is going to be like, see, this is 2 thicknesses, which is kind of nice because the inside of the pocket and the outside of the pocket can both have the design on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it under 2 times so that we won't have any raveling issues at all. For the top, fold it over 2 times, and for the sides and bottom, fold it over 1 time. But when it has this edge, that comes with it, that will never ravel. Those edges never ravel. You just fold it under 1 time just to get rid of the ugliness of it. But it's nice because you save more fabric. That way you don't have to fold it under twice, But yeah. Oh, you like to touch the fabric in person. Yeah. When you're buying it, right? That's what I wanted to do with like the swimsuit fabric and stuff. Yeah. At Joann's, one thing that was peculiar is usually they have a whole section. I mean, no, I'm thinking of Michael's. So Michael's went out of business. Not Michael's. What fabric store was it? There was a fabric store. I don't remember what the name of it was. It was not Joann's, but it used to exist and it went out of business. I don't know if they went bankrupt nationwide, but all the locations that are here in my city are gone. I don't even remember the name of it, but it was from when I was in high school. I used to go there sometimes, but they would have whole huge displays of swimsuit fabric. And when I went to Joann's, they were kind of like, oh, well, this is kind of stretchy and this is kind of stretchy. They didn't have whole sections of swimsuit fabric, which that was weird, but maybe it's not exactly close enough to summer for that. I don't know. Threading my needle right now. I decided to go with green. Can't even see it. This green. So I said I said I wasn't going to sew by hand or sew these pockets on video, but I'm making my knot. Do you guys do this? Cindy said she does. So you twist it off your finger and then you use your nail. You tighten it like this. So I'm going to be, well, my knot didn't work out while I'm trying to show it on the camera. It's like the singing, dancing frog. Like it always works except for when you're trying to show someone that it works. Okay, there we go. Do you guys know what I mean about the frog? Maybe not. Anyway, good times. Okay, so here we have an uneven square. That's the nice thing about folding it under. If it's like one side's higher than the other, you can fold it under even. Nobody knows it ever happened, you know? Make it even there. Now suddenly it's even, right? I feel your excitement, and it's cool doing it with your kids. Yes. What's cool is my kids, they're like, I needed to water my plants, but I kind of was procrastinating on it because I was working on other projects outside. And my kids were like, hey, Mommy, can you water your garden and spray us with the hose? Or like Esther was like, can I water your garden with the hose? Because I just got a new hose. I was like, okay, let's do it. So I love that they're excited about watering it. Also, I found out today you don't have to water your garden every day. Well, I kind of already found that out last year. But yeah, it's good for plants to get a little bit thirsty sometimes. They don't need water every day. And actually, when the leaves yellow, it's because they're getting too much water. Go figure. Things you learn when you're a new gardener, right? I also found out today that bean plants to germinate need dry soil. I've been sitting here keeping the soil moist, waiting for my bean plants to germinate, and they're waiting for it to be dry. Also, it's better to start bean plants inside than outside, so I'm going to start some inside. I was trying to start them outside. I don't think they're doing so great because they haven't germinated. It's been a couple weeks, so I'm going to start some bean plants inside. My two of my 6, that's interesting, only 2 of them. 2 of my peas are doing extremely well. They're definitely going to be able to transfer outside. So I don't know if you guys want to see, but this is how I'm just sewing it through. I put it through my needle as much as I can. And then I'm gonna push it down on the table, pull it through, and voila, it is sewn. So I'm sewing them under while talking to you guys, and then I'll sew them on with the machine. Like I'll have the perfect squares that are already folded under and sewn, just ready to sew right on there because I'm just enjoying the chat. So you can see the sewing I'm doing. Can you see that? You see that right there? You see that? Yep. Good times. It's not perfect, doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to teaching my girls how to sew in the future. You know, teaching them to make their own doll clothes. You know what? That would be a fun project, maybe even this summer. My girls are getting old fast, and they're growing up really fast. So sometimes I think that they can't do things, and then they surprise me and they do it. Like reading really difficult words. Like I'll be reading with them, and I'll be thinking ahead, like, oh, they won't be able to read that word, and then they just breeze right past it and read it. I'm like, how did you just read that huge word? Context clues, you know, the letters in it sound like it, you know, learning to read, remembering the story, all of the things, you know, being smarter than your mom expects, all the things. But yeah. So my husband made a delicious soup and my kids are eating it right now. So I am enjoying a moment to myself up here. So I have my sewing machine up here in my office. So I can put it on my desk and sew with it here in a bit. But I won't be doing that on video probably. It would be kind of loud. So here you have my fabric sewn under. So that's probably like the side of the pocket. I think this is the top, right? Something like that. So I might just go around and sew all the sides. Sewing is fun because you can make your own clothes. Like I made my own wedding dress and bridesmaid dresses, which was awesome. I don't really like make dresses for my daughters, but you know, I'm altering their swimsuits, you know. So yeah. I could, make them a dress someday. It's just I'm not that good at making dresses. I worked really hard to make my wedding dress, and it wasn't like professional, but it was good. Same with my bridesmaid dresses. Like it was good for a day, but I don't know about long term how well it would have held up. But one of my bridesmaids actually a seam ripped on her sleeve right before going down the aisle. So they pinned it up with a couple of pins with pearls on the end of them. And you couldn't see it except for the person that sat behind her at the wedding. I let my bridesmaids sit down, by the way. My aunt that sat behind her thought that she had pearls on her dress. She was like, wow, Evelyn sewed pearls on the dress. It's so cool. But it was the pin holding the dress together. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm thankful I didn't spend thousands of dollars on a dress that I made myself. It was always my dream to sew my own wedding dress. So I worked my abilities up to that point, and I was able to sew my own wedding dress. It took me a few months to make it. The bridesmaid dresses were much simpler to make, a lot easier to make. I made them in a lot shorter time, and they worked out. They fit great and were fine. I don't know how comfortable they were because I never wore one, but they were very pretty. And yeah. That was kind of like my gift to the bridesmaids. They didn't have to pay for their dresses because a lot of times people will make the bridesmaids pay like $300 for their dress or whatever, and then they'll give them like a gift card for $50 to Bath and Body Works or something. To me, it's better to my bridesmaids came all the way from Texas, traveled up to come to my wedding, so their dresses were free. I made them. I made them with $50 worth of material for 4 dresses, so that was pretty good. And I spent $100 on materials for my dress, which we got on Black Friday. So yeah. So I'm sewing along the line there. Again, not perfect, but it looks pretty good to me, Looks nice. It's a nice little pocket. All right. I'm about to run out of thread in a second. Just get some more. So this is my box full of thread. You will see all the thread. I have more in my attic that were handed down from my mother, but these are my collections. Some of my collection. I like having it in a big clear box so I can look across it and find the right color quickly, So this video is probably getting boring because I'm just kind of rambling, but anyway, I'm excited about the aprons because I oftentimes wear my kitchen apron outside, but I don't necessarily want my kitchen apron to get all muddy and dirty. And my kitchen apron only has one little pocket in it. I need many, many, many moons of pockets. Many pockets I need. Oh, I should show you guys this. I was painting with my daughters, and Deborah, she was painting on it, and she told me, what to paint, and I painted a flower, and I painted our pet bunny, and I painted the sun, and Esther was painting, and then she decided to just turn it all green. So whatever. That's how she chose to paint hers. But those were from Dollar Tree. I got 2 for $1, I'm pretty sure. 2 for $1, I believe. So we'll see. I don't know what we're going to plant in there. Maybe we could plant like a garlic or an onion in there. That would be a cool experiment. I have some garlic seeds. I have to look for them. They're like, like pieces of garlic that you plant. Or no, onion. And then I think garlic's easy to plant too. So anyway, the cool thing about onion is you can eat the greens off of it. Did you know carrots, you can eat the greens off of it as well? Carrots are really sweet and delicious when you grow them yourself. I'm going to use carrots as my filler that I actually am going to be growing in several of my raised beds and buckets. And I'm going to be experimenting with growing carrots this year and see where my carrots end up being most successful. So we will find out. The thing about carrots is they take several months to grow to full size. So I don't just want a couple carrots. If I have to wait that long, I want to grow a bunch of carrots. And my whole family, with the exception of my husband, all my kids and I and our pet rabbit, we all love carrots. Obviously, our pet rabbit does. And so I want to grow a bunch of carrots. So I'm going to grow carrots in buckets. I'm going to grow carrots next to my trellises. When I have plants growing up the trellises, I'm going to have some carrots next to it. You know, I'm going to have carrots growing by my tomatoes, carrots growing by my bell pepper plants. I'm just going to experiment a lot with growing carrots this year, and we're going to see what works and what doesn't, because carrots can be a little bit difficult to grow, and sometimes they're just successful and sometimes they're just not. And then we'll see how my carrots do. We'll see which ones are most successful and why. And then whatever is most successful this year, we'll do more of next year. Maybe they grow better in containers because it has better drainage. Oops, I have unplugged my lights. Maybe I'll discover that companion planting carrots with tomatoes is an awesome idea. Maybe I'll discover maybe it's not as good of an idea. I don't know. We are learning skills to use for years to come, my friends. We're going to learn about growing carrots. We're going to learn about saving the seeds from carrots too. How about that? And looking forward to learning. How do you save the seeds from lettuce? I'm going to be growing lettuce and spinach for the first time this year. I'm going to grow it in my kiddie pool raised bed. And it should be interesting. I don't know how to save the seeds from lettuce, but it should be very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, yeah. Once again, making another spit knot. We should call it a spit knot. So, yeah. I have 3 friends watching, and I have 3 thumbs up. You guys are too kind. I'm just sewing some pockets for my aprons. All right. Okay. So I've got 3 sides done, and I'm doing the 4th side now. Having it folded over. That's interesting. I've never heard of a vegetable called kalamata. Kalamata? Almost sounds like calamari. I don't know. Kalamata. So I've got scallions, tomatoes, olives, peppers, chili peppers, bell peppers. Oh, Kalamata olives is what it says. It's a kind of olive. I've never seen olives growing where I am. I don't even know how olives grow. So maybe I should research that. Getting ideas from my fabric. So let's talk about what I'm going to grow this year. I think earlier in the video I already did. So in the kiddie pool raised bed, I'm growing lettuce and spinach and maybe something else in there. Maybe some onion in there. We'll see. I don't know. I'm growing some potatoes in a raised bed, and I'm thinking of growing maybe some onions or garlic in there as well. I'm growing in another raised bed. I'm going to be growing tomatoes, bell peppers, and carrots. I have a blackberry plant that is growing well. I pruned it recently. It's tied to a trellis. I need to probably put more dirt in that little raised bed. It's a cinder block raised bed against my porch. I am going to be growing zucchini. I am going to be growing strawberries. I have a whole raised bed that's going to be strawberries. Whole raised bed that's going to be watermelon. A whole raised bed that's going to be cantaloupe. I'm going to be growing peas, carrots, marigolds. Another melon that is called, I don't remember. Kajari melon. That's right. Kajari melon from India. It's beautiful and sweet and delicious, so I hear. So I paid a little bit extra for those rare seeds. Kajari melon seeds. I am going to be growing brown pinto beans, black beans, green beans. I'm going to be growing basil. And I'm going to be attempting some blueberry plants. So should be interesting. What else? Is that everything? Pretty sure that's everything. Did I say marigolds? Carrots, 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 carrots. Everywhere I can stick a carrot, I'm going to put some carrots in. And I'm going to get a bunch of packets of carrots because I can. I'm going to, in my buckets, I'm going to try some potatoes in the buckets and try some carrots in the buckets and maybe something else in the buckets. I don't know. So still deciding, but yeah. So many things to plan for. So why am I growing food? Why do I have a food garden? Why am I spending money to build this? I believe that this is a year of plenty before an uncertain future. I don't want to trust the grocery stores for all of our food supply. I'm beginning to learn how to grow food to feed my family because I don't know about the economy in 3 years from now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future to our grocery stores. Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing in my lifetime. Maybe my kids are learning skills that'll be useful in the future. I am relearning things that were lost just by a couple of generations of my family, where my great-grandparents were farmers, you know. My grandparents were gardeners. My parents gardened a little bit, but not when I was, you know, not that much when I was with them, right? So my kids are learning gardening skills. So my dad does have an extensive garden now, but he just had a little bit of one when I was a kid. I mean, he had an orchard and he had blueberry plants. And I don't know if he had tomato plants. I'm not sure what else he had. I only remember the blueberry plants. I feel like he might have had some strawberries but we only visited him in June. And so the blueberries are what we're June bearing. There are two kinds of blueberries. The June bearing, no, that's strawberries. There are two kinds of strawberries, the June bearing strawberries and the ever bearing strawberries. The June bearing strawberries, they make all their strawberries in June. So they make a bunch all at once. And the ever bearing strawberries, they bear over time. Now, strawberries take about 3 years to establish themselves. So this is my second year with strawberries. We'll see if we have any. Now, I'm having to add a bunch of starter plants because some of my strawberry plants died. But their root system should still be there. Just a couple of them have popped back up. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to have any more pop back up. So I'm going to get some more starter plants for sure. And I'm growing some plants in what do you call it? laundry baskets. So strawberry and basil in laundry baskets. I'm learning a lot of vertical gardening this year. So it should be interesting. I'm really like taking all the things I learned last year and adding to it so much. So Laura says, Evelyn, what herbs are you growing? I have cilantro and basil that I'm growing. And I might be given some more. A friend of mine said that she has some starters of like, what was it? Lemon balm, I think. And maybe like a mint tea or something. I'm more on like trying to grow like filling foods that we can like make meals out of. I'm more focused on that because my main focus is like feeding the mouths, the little mouths that I'm responsible for. So the herbs are kind of secondary. Like it's nice to have basil, but like I can't make a whole meal out of basil. So I'm gonna grow some basil, but like I'm also growing tomatoes and stuff, you know. So what kind of herbs do you think are absolutely necessary for me to grow? Or what herbs are really easy to grow that are really useful in the kitchen? Tell me all you want to tell me, because I'm all ears. I am so new to gardening, and to be honest with you, I'm new to cooking, right? Like I'm used to cooking from boxes and cans and stuff, and I am learning healthier recipes, and I need more of them, you know? So I'm learning to cook more and more. So yeah. Herbs are the easiest to grow. So tell me, oregano and thyme are fantastic to grow and to throw in your meat dishes. Yes. Tell me more. So how do you grow them? Do you grow them in containers? Do you grow them inside your kitchen? Do you grow them outside in the ground? What time of year do you grow oregano and thyme? I've never grown them, so do tell. Are they a cold weather plant? Hot weather plant? Neutral? Tell me more. I've never grown thyme or oregano, and I didn't know whether or not they grow where I live. There's so many things that I don't know. But I know that basil plants grow super easily. But then I got a basil starter plant that just kind of went on me. So I have some other basil starter plants that are doing better. So basil is a mostly easy to grow plant unless you get one that just decides that they're not very happy with the way you're caring for them. I would plant rosemary, basil, thyme, oregano, mint, balm, dill, etc. They take the hot Texas weather. Oh, okay, yeah. So that would be like my June and July are like Texas weather. Very cool. Yeah, sometimes I'll ask my kids, what fruits and vegetables should I grow? And they'll say things like oranges or cherries, and I'm like, ooh, that's a different, or bananas, like that's a different climate, and that's a tree. So that's not going to be as much like feasible as much as I'd love that. But then I heard that there's something called ground cherries that are like little yellow cherries, and they're just like a little bush that you can grow on the ground. And I could grow that. So I need to find out. I'm pretty sure that'll grow here. So I need to find out where I can get like some seeds or a starter plant for some ground cherries, because Esther would love that. I mean, that would be fun for me. That would be fun for all of us to learn how to grow some ground cherries. You know, I love things that my kids can pick off and eat fresh. You want a snack? Go out to the garden. Go pick yourself a snack. You know? So cool. So yeah. I grew up eating mulberries and blueberries fresh off the bushes. So I would love a mulberry plant. Mulberries grow wild here. They grow really well here. So I need to get like a mulberry starter plant. Where do you get one of those? A tree nursery, I guess. I just joined a Facebook group for plant lovers in my city. So that's super exciting. And they made like a tree nursery map of like 100 different like plant nursery places in my city. I'm like, but where do I start? I want to buy all the plants. No, I'm just kidding. It's cheaper to grow from seed. That's why I got like the little tent greenhouse and the little heating mat and the little like lamp for starting seeds inside. Those I ordered today. They're coming in the mail. But so that I can make my own starter plants, and that can even be a business in the future. I've bought on Facebook Marketplace. I have bought starter plants from people for like $3 each. Imagine that. Buy a packet of seeds, buy some solo cups and drill a hole in them. Get a bag of soil. Make a bunch of starter plants, sell them $3 each. I mean, that's a pretty penny business, you know. Start some plants for yourself, sell some of them, get to know some gardeners in your own city, you know. It's good stuff. Usually grow a couple of jalapeno pepper plants. They grow well as well. Yes, so my family, we don't like spicy food, but I did grow bell peppers. We like bell peppers. And they were a big hit with my kids last year. They loved picking them and eating them fresh. So I'm going to be growing bell peppers again this year. You want me to open the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you crying?
Is who crying?
I'm not crying.
You're crying?
I'm not crying.
Are you crying?
No.
You're crying.
No. Hello, my friends. This is Evelyn's name.
What's your name, though?
Deborah.
How old are you?
I'm sitting in your video chat.
How old are you?
Is this your video
Deborah.
sitting in your chair?
That's not how old you are. You're not Deborah years old. How old are you?
5.
5. What's your name?
Esther.
How old are you?
6.
So what do you guys think of having an Elsanana swimsuit
With a skirt.
that has a skirt?
To wear it.
And I'm going to put some sleeves on there too, so I'm not done sewing it.
Yeah.
But is
you're
it
not
cute?
done. Yeah, I
You
wish
like
you could
it?
keep it like that.
You want to keep it like that? You don't want sleeves on it?
I don't want
It's
sleeves.
just
Because
I don't want you to get a sunburn on your shoulders, baby.
Well, on our Paw Patrol swimsuits, we didn't have any sleeves and we didn't get any sunburns.
Yeah, I'm so cold.
I wanna have...
You were so cold.
Yeah.
See, she was cold. She needed some sleeves.
I don't
And I
want
was
sleeves on
shivering.
mine.
Well, you're just making my
My
job easier and easier, and I'll just use that
My
fabric for
teeth
something else
were
then.
shivering.
Your teeth were chattering. Your teeth can't shiver. Like that.
Yeah.
Mwah. I love you.
Are
Are you eating me like a shark?
No, like a mouse.
Okay, read me a book. Read me a book while I sew. Read me lots of books.
Did you hear me? And did you hear the show I was watching?
Are you
Mom,
painting your
Esther.
nails right now?
You're so
I'm
golden.
Are you serious?
Wow, that's so pretty.
Gold thread.
Can you do a golden one, please?
Did you guys know that today in the mail we got 3 aprons and they say they're gardening aprons, Eat, Sleep, Garden, and they're 3, one for Esther, one for Deborah, one for Mommy, and I'm sewing you guys pockets on our aprons. Is that so much fun?
What kind of pockets, though?
Look at them. This is
Sorry. I just
fun.
want...
Peppers.
I'm just so excited to
Vegetables.
decorate your office.
You're gonna decorate my office.
Yeah, to be pretty. And so is you.
You're gonna decorate me with gold thread.
Yeah, let me help you.
Oh, you're gonna help me?
Be so pretty.
Are you gonna unravel and make a big mess out of my thread?
No.
I think
that's a little mess.
I'm gonna.
I like when mine.
You may not climb on my knee, baby girl. My knee is ouchie knee. Speaking of ouchie, I poked my finger. You just came in, painted your nails, and left me all alone. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. I'll be all right. I picked a bell pepper
I went
from
to
my
go
plant
get some.
yesterday. I grew it in a pot. I bought it. I brought it in the house for winter. Oh, cool. Medicinal plants are a good idea to learn. Oh, yes. I've heard of elderberry, which I'm interested in growing. But I tried growing an elderberry plant last year. It didn't make it.
I want to stand up.
You want to stand up?
On your leg.
How about you sit with Esther? How about you and Esther sit in the same chair? Okay, sing a song. Sing a song. My two little butterfly princesses.
My two little butterfly princess.
Are you making a song?
No.
My two little butterfly princesses. Louder.
Yeah.
My two little butterfly princesses.
Louder.
Did you guys love the soup that Dani made for you? Was it super delicious? Was it soup or delicious? How get it super? No, just me. Are you
In
serious?
this video, I want to show you my ornaments I made.
Oh yeah, you painted that.
Yeah. Now where is the other
You guys are helping my boring video be more interesting.
one?
I knotted my thread somehow.
Where's my other one? Where is my ornament? I only got a stocking. Where's my ornament? Oh, I found it.
I have no idea. You want to show it
Where's
on the
my
camera?
button? Where's my button? All green.
Where's your
and
button?
On the back it's blue. Yeah. And on the side.
Are you seriously getting into my drawer and getting all my stuff? That's not a button, it's an earring. Nice try though.
Earring. What's? It goes on your ears, Deborah, but when you're a mommy.
It goes on your ears, but when you're a mom, you guys are funny. I don't really wear earrings that often ever since I had babies that yank on earrings. When you guys are older, maybe I'll wear earrings again. Well, goodness.
So she's making the voice.
I'm just going to tie a knot in this thread and trim it. Joshy.
They're flushing the toilet, Mommy. What?
Where?
Inside.
On the iPad?
There's trash in your drawer.
I have no idea. Can you put that in the trash can?
Oh, and I found more fabric.
This is my St. Patrick's Day shirt that came late in the mail. I ordered it to wear on St. Patrick's Day, and it came late.
It's St. Patrick's.
No, St. Patrick's Day was like last week sometime. Anyway.
When was it St. Patrick's Day?
Last week.
Last week. I thought it was today.
You know how you celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
What?
You wear green.
I need to be green.
Do you have any green on?
No.
And people that don't wear green, you have to tickle them. It's actually, you're supposed to pinch them, but I think tickling is nicer than pinching. Do you want me to pinch you?
No.
It's not St. Patrick's Day, so I can't pinch you anyway.
I need to be.
I finished sewing that dress. You guys can have it back.
No.
Go put it in your room right now because I said so, and I'm the boss of you very much.
Mommy.
Joshua.
I want the eggs.
You want X?
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
eggs.
The letter X?
The egg. Not eggs. Egg.
Oh, egg?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Over there on the upstairs.
Over there on the upstairs?
Mommy, look at me. I cannot sit down.
Oh, you're talking about the
stand
Easter
up.
eggs that are for Easter? Deborah's on the exercise bike. All right, I think I'm all done with this video. We have rambled upon.
Mommy.
On and on. Joshy,
Was Esther.
say hi.
I was
How old are you?
Esther. Do it.
You're
what?
three.
Eat the
Okay,
cookies.
go put these dresses back in your room.
Look,
Esther, take these dresses to your room. Thank you. Don't
Don't
drop them, though. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. No, I know Joshy's ABCs. Next time we'll Joshy, let me sing with him.
Look, Mommy, I cannot sit down. Oh, what was that?
A is for apple.
Mommy.
B
Can I
is
sit
for
down
ball.
right there?
Ba, 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 ba,
How about
ba.
you sit down right here? Okay. And what's here? She just sit
A,
down right
apple, B,
here.
ball, C, cat.
And what's here? Anyone wait. And what's Evangeline? And what's here?
Guess what we're doing on Friday?
What?
Having a play with all your best friends. Molly and
I
Tegan.
remember that these little characters. But first we had to do exercise. Were they?
Yes, on my
We
wedding
had to
day.
do exercise. ESG.
Yep, you're on my wedding cake. Put it at
They were on your wedding.
Q, R, S, T,
Hurry, Mommy.
W,
That's do
X,
exercise.
Y, and Z. Now I know my baby.
No! Mommy, hurry, do exercise with me. Exercise. V, W.
Joshy, guess what? Fly
Mommy,
What?
I know. That's right. And missing letter is X. Is this in your class?
X is missing?
No.
Yeah.
I need the bicycle for it.
Okay.
You can have that, Barbie. It's okay.
Deborah, Mommy said we can have that Barbie. So we can put it in our Barbie home. Wait. How about this? How about this is the garden gloves for the Barbie? Because I was thinking we should grow a garden for our Barbies.
You're gonna grow a garden for the
Let's go
Barbies?
down and play our
That
Barbies.
sounds like
With
fun.
the fish. Do you want to play with
F is for fish.
I found
F is for fish.
I found the bicycle to it, Deborah.
F is for
Mommy
fish.
has Barbies over here.
Good job. You can have the bicycle. Bye bye.
Deborah, here. Go put it in the Barbie house. I'm gonna
A
find
B
some
C
more
D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time I want you to sing with mommy.
all the ABC
ABC monsters?
No.
ABC monsters.
Why are
ABC monsters.
Why are ABC monster on a tablet?
Okay, so what you have to type is
Let me
A,
help you. A.
B. Where's the B? Where's the B? Where's the B?
Right there. On the another clapper.
Monsters.
Mommy, another clapper.
Like O and ABC monsters. There you go.
ABC monster.
ABC monsters. So how are you all doing? If you are still watching, are we so super entertaining?
Let's go down. Got a hole. Mike, you better sew this too.
I better sew the frog with the hole. And remember that your Lammy has a hole. Bring Lammy because I have some white thread right here to sew her.
Yay! So you can sew her the same color as she is right now. Why aren't this one? Why aren't this one? Why aren't this one?
Then click it.
Why aren't this one?
You watching iPad?
Yeah.
Watching your ABCs?
Mommy, you can see where the hole is. I see her hole.
What, baby?
My ass cheek. I see her hole into here.
Oh, okay.
No. Take it.
Okay, so now you see this right here? She's got a little hole right there. I'm gonna sew that right now.
Yeah. Because I want her back very quickly.
Very quickly. I have to hurry. I have to hurry. I have to do it really quick.
Just kidding. We're going to do it as long as you want.
Oh, well, that's nice of you. I'm gonna do it quickly anyway. So I have a needle.
I am a farmer.
I am a farmer.
So there's a little button. Mommy, look at this. You got it for Christmas. Messy. You got this for Christmas.
What is it? Oh, yeah. My friend Mary Ann said that.
I want tea monster. Missy.
Tea Monster's missing.
Yeah. They're missing. This one. There's some dresses in your closet. They're really big. They're really big, Mommy.
Yes.
There's a tea. They're really big, Mommy. In the closet.
Yeah, that's my clothes.
Really big. Hello. What are you doing, guys? Kayla's crying.
Daddy's with Caleb. He'll be all right.
So
You should go make him happy.
there's so many clothes in your closet that I found a book that we never read before.
That's not a book.
What
What is it? Show me. Oh, it's a photo album.
Oh, look. It's baby Caleb in your tummy.
No, that's baby Esther in my tummy.
Oh.
Wait.
You want to see? Look.
Oh, sweetheart. No. Don't look at that, baby. That's just. Let's save that for later. Baby. Thank you.
You were so annoying.
What?
Yes.
I am so annoying? I'm gonna tickle you until you're very.
No!
If I'm so annoying, then I'm just gonna tickle you if I'm just
No,
annoying.
can I stop? Can I put something in here?
No. You're going through all of my treasures and you're trying to take them away from me.
I'm not trying to take them away from you. I'm trying to look at them.
Don't break any of my treasures, please.
Yep. I'm not gonna break any treasures, Mommy.
Okay.
Let's see. Just have a green. Don't touch any glass. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z.
What?
Mommy, you were at the hospital.
What do you mean I have a lot of dino blankets?
You were at the hospital.
I have one dino blanket on there.
You have a baby in your tummy. Are you
Sweetheart, no, this is not a good book for you to be reading right now. Thank you.
Ow. My tea monster is missing. Ow. My tea monster is missing. Ow. That hurt. Wait. Mommy, red book. Oh, is the blue or red or pink or black? Or orange or black. Okay.
Lammy's done with surgery.
Yay! She's done with surgery, but you have to cut the thread. She's done with thread. See you, Mom.
No, she doesn't.
I did that right there. I want to stand there.
Does she have any other holes in her, or is that all?
I see you.
Do you have any other toys with holes in them?
What's this? The little frog's gonna be in surgery now.
Where's his hole?
Sarah, go down.
Okay, so now I'm gonna sew this right
Sarah, go down.
here. A little hole. You want Deborah to go downstairs?
Is that green?
Nope, it's white.
White. I was thinking you should use this green. Right.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be
You're not gonna be able to see it hardly.
Mammy's all down.
ABC. monsters.
Hey. Wow.
What books are you guys going to read to me tonight?
Maybe I'm a big sister.
Go find it. You can put it on. You can read it on my video if you want.
No.
All right. The frog is done with surgery. Here you go.
A, B,
Welcome.
C,
Find
D,
any more
E,
toys that are
F,
broken.
G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, W, X, Y, and Z. Tomatoes. Mommy, what does this paper say?
Leave that where it was. It says Bling ABC and welcome. I need it for my new job.
Smile. So for you.
Veggie tales, 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 veggie tales. Broccoli, celery, gotta be veggie tales. Cauliflower, sweet and sour, half an ounce veggie tales. All right, we should probably get going, huh? I'm hungry. Let's go eat some food. You guys already ate some, huh? That's where I was looking for it. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. No, okay. When you start touching my computer is when you start getting kicked out of my office, kiddo. Let's go eat. I'm hungry.
Mom, Nancy, two more.
Excuse me, stop. I don't like farmers on
C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S,
I'm very hungry for farmers right now.
W, X, Y, and Z. Riley found a monster.
You found the O monster?
Yeah.
Are you picking your nose?
Yeah.
Oh, disgusting.
It's yummy.
No, it's yummy.
It's
Oh, that
yummy.
you just made me lose one of my viewers.
Mommy,
Deborah's right.
please.
Deborah's right. Did you just hit me with a farmer toy?
No, I hit Josie. Deborah. I get hurt. You didn't get me. No. She fell away.
You guys are the silliest kids. Joshy, stop picking your nose on my video. Joshua.
Alright.
Joshy.
That Deborah's so silly. What?
Deborah's so silly.
Yeah.
You're so silly. You know why?
No.
Did you have a bath?
Sarah. Yeah.
Daddy gave you Paw Patrol pajamas? Who's on your Paw Patrol pajamas? Who's that?
Sky.
Who's that?
Chase.
Who's that?
Is Wobble.
No.
Master
Yes.
is a
Zuma?
no. It's a Wobble.
Oh, that's Rebel, huh? What letters do you see on my shirt? Joshy, what's on my shirt? Look. Joshy, what letters are on my shirt? What letters do I have?
B.
B?
E.
E?
K. I. N. D.
What's that spell?
Hot bears.
Hug bears? That's because you have a bear hug shirt. You think my shirt's gonna have that. No, my shirt says be kind, which is related to bear hugs. Bear hugs are kind. What?
Are Kiki animals?
I don't know what Kiki animals are.
Kiki animals.
Kiki animals? What's that?
Kiki animals.
I've never seen that show.
Kiki
Kiki animals? What are Kiki animals?
Kiki animals are right there, Mommy.
You see them? Those are ABC monsters.
What's this?
I have no idea. Ew, it's a booger.
No, it's a yucky.
That's so disgusting. Don't eat it.
Are you ready?
Yeah, what are we going to do?
What are you doing?
I'm sewing. What are you doing, Daddy? I'm hanging out with Joshy. He's picking his nose. Joshua.
Wow.
Joshua, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Joshy, guess what?
What? My
Joshy, guess what?
F monster and P monster.
The floor is lava.
No! Floor is Butchie.
Floor is
Yeah.
That's so silly.
The X monster is pick up.
Yeah. X monster is cleaning up.
Yeah.
What does X stand for? What words have
My
X?
B is getting the trash.
Yeah, B's getting the trash.
Yeah.
Joshy, what letters start with X? X is for X-ray.
X for xylophone.
Xylophone. What else is X for?
The queen?
The queen.
Yeah.
Q is for queen.
Not X.
Not X. Is X for Joshy? What does Joshy spell?
No, not X for Joshy.
How does Joshy spell? How do you spell Joshy?
J is Joshy.
J is for Joshy.
Not X for Joshy.
Not X for Joshy.
No, not
What about X is for mommy?
not.
How do you spell? How do you spell mommy?
No,
M-O-M, mom. All right.
my.
What, baby?
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z.
Good job, smart boy. Joshi, how old are you?
G W Y Z.
What letter is missing?
Missing letter is X.
Oh no, missing letter is X.
Monster X. My
Yeah.
X monster is missing.
Uh-oh. What are we going to do?
Mommy, maybe ABC book.
Maybe we see back.
Yeah. My tablet stay here.
Okay, baby.
Mommy. Mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy. My arm was a queen. My arm queen.
You want to be a king?
No, arm is a queen.
No, girls are queens, boys are kings. You want to be a king?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can.
You're a king?
Yeah.
You look like a king.
I can't do it.
You can't do it, huh?
I can't do it.
What are we going to do? What are you learning about your letters?
My W, X?
Letter X is missing.
Yeah.
X is for excellent, X-ray,
X for
extra,
X for
fox. Yeah, that's a good one. X for fox.
not B for box. Not L for box. Not A for box.
Absolutely not, right?
Mommy,
Joshie?
there's two N's.
There's two N's.
Yeah. They're too funny.
They're funny.
Yeah.
I see.
I on this one.
You do. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm probably going to work on this a different day. Thank you for watching. Bye.